Hi, this is Afoy Murray, the digital reader, and today I'm going to be talking about what I did with books in May. First thing I want to talk about is what I read in May, and actually in May, I started reading the Mahabharata, an Indian ancient text about a war between an heroic family, their rise, and then the split of that family, and then the war and the things that occur between that family. I'm really enjoying the book, and it is 1,500 pages, so I knew going in, I was hoping I could finish it in May, but I knew going in that I might not finish it in May, because I know from the app I use to track my reading bookshelf that I generally read around 1,200 pages a month. And since it was 15, I was hoping I could get through it if I really pushed myself. But, well, I guess I didn't really push myself. But I'm definitely enjoying it. Hopefully I'll be done by like the first week of June, maybe the second week of June. Once I finish it in June, I'll talk about it when I kind of give my impressions of it. But for right now, that's what I'm reading. That's what I'm probably going to be reading. So that was what I was doing as far as book reading in May. As far as the books I bought, I should note that in order to help me get through my library of books that I currently own, I've kind of given myself kind of a rule that I can only buy as many new books in a month as half of what I read rounded up in the previous month. So for example, in April, I read 5 books. So in May, I said, I'm only going to buy 3 books. I'm hoping that way, since I'll always be reading more books than I buy, I'll slowly build down my library and start reading stuff that's in my library. I find one of the big issues that a lot of booktubers do is they have a huge library, but they read mostly books that they buy currently, so they never really get a chance to dig into their old library and get through it. The first 2 books I bought, for me, easy. I bought the 6th and the 7th book in the Lady Sherlock series. That's Miss Moriarty, I presume, is the 6th book, and A Tempest at Sea is the 7th book. I have been loving that series, and generally in a month when I'm reading, that's usually the first book I'll start with is one of her Lady Sherlock books. This just gets me a good start. I know it's going to be a great read. So I bought those 2 books. I have one more of her books to buy because there's currently 8 books in the series. And so once I get the 8th book, then, I'll keep reading those till I finish out the series and then dive into something else. And the 3rd book I got this month, talking about diving into something else, is a mystery called When Death Comes Stealing by Valerie Wilson Wesley. I had been kind of looking for some detective books by some Black female authors, so I thought I'd give this a shot and see what I thought of it. I'm definitely still trying to find more mystery books to read. I love watching mystery TV, and I want to give mystery books a try because I feel like if I find a good niche for me, I will really raise my enjoyment in reading books. So those are the 3 books that I bought. When Death Comes Stealing by Valerie Wilson Wesley, A Tempest at Sea, and Miss Moriarty, I presume, by Sherry Thomas. And the book I'm currently reading is still the Mahabharata by Ramesh Menon. And I should note, Ramesh Menon also did a rendering of the Ramayana. I think that's correct, Ramayana. And that is another Indian epic. I definitely may not read that this year, but that's definitely another one I want to read because he's done such a great job of translating the Mahabharata into prose and still making it feel like it is Indian and still just beautiful use of language and wording. But like I said, I'll talk about that, in June when I eventually finish it. So anyway, this is Ofori Murray, the digital reader, and keep reading.